A new month is like a mini new year. It's a fresh start, a clean slate, a blank canvas filled with unlimited possibilities. And luckily, we have 12 of them every year. Hi guys, my name is Tito, and in this video, I want to share with you tips and 8 things that you can do at the beginning of every month for a more efficient life. I find that looking at your personal goals, lifestyle choices, and certain indicators a bit more frequently, like at the beginning or at the end of every month, will help you see better results throughout the year. And they'll also help you develop the culture and the habits that are necessary to continue seeing these positive results. So here are 8 things that you can do at the beginning of every month to see better results. Number 1, check your vehicle's documents. Checking your car's documents like your vehicle license, your driver's license, and your insurance go a long way in helping you stay up to date with your vehicle. A little earlier this year, I decided randomly to check my documents, and I discovered that my vehicle license had expired 3 months prior. Now that could have cost me a lot of money by way of fines had I been caught by the authorities. So I decided ever since then that checking my car's documents monthly would be the way to go. Number 2, check and inspect your car. Now, if you're a young adult who owns a car, chances are that that vehicle is one of your major assets. So it's in your best interest to make sure that it's in good working condition by checking things like the engine oil, the water in the radiator, your tires, and even your spare tire in the trunk. But unfortunately, we tend to go months without checking these things, and we therefore expose ourselves to all kinds of risks. So be sure to check the situation of your car by checking the engine oil, the radiator, the state of your tires, and even your spare tire every month, just to make sure that you're doing your best to avert potential mishaps on the road. Number 3, check on how your investments are performing. Now, some people are of the opinion that it's best to just invest in an asset and just leave it for a very long time without checking on it so it can grow and appreciate without you being tempted to sell it off. Now, I think that's a great idea, but that's a great idea for long-term investments. With short and medium-term investments, I think it's actually a good idea and wise to check on them more frequently to see how they're performing, to compare them against each other, and to maybe even decide if it's time to drop a particular investment and use the funds to invest in something else. So every month, check on your investments. Number 4, calculate how much you spent the previous month. Now, calculating how much you spent versus and mirroring it against how much you earned the month before will help you know where you stand financially. It will help you know whether you are living within your means or if you are living beyond your budget. Now, knowing the result of this exercise is not always pleasant, especially if you overspent, but at least to let you know where you need to adjust and how you can course correct. And this brings me to my next point, which is budgeting. Number 5, make a budget. Now, I make a budget at the beginning of every month, and I find it helpful because, for one thing, it helps me to anticipate most of my expenses, and it helps me to prioritize. Now, a lot of people will say that making a budget isn't fun because it keeps you from doing fun stuff like going away for the weekend with your friends or buying a new phone which you know you can't afford. But that's part of what making a budget is all about. It helps to keep you accountable and responsible so that at the end of the year, you don't have so many regrets, or even worse, so that you don't find yourself in debt at the end of the year. Number 6, review your savings goals. Now, with the high monthly expenses that many of us have, saving can actually be very difficult, especially if you don't have a direct debit system in place. You can actually go a month easily without putting anything aside in form of savings. But if you remind yourself regularly of what your savings goals are, and if you review your savings goals monthly, you'll be more likely to get back on track and to think of different ways to actually meet your savings goals. So try looking at your savings and your savings goals more regularly, like every month. Number 7, check your monthly and annual subscriptions. Now, unfortunately, our annual and monthly subscriptions aren't all due at the same time. They're not synchronized. Things like our internet plan, our TV subscription, our estate dues, our club memberships, they all expire at different times. Now, in order not to be caught off guard and have service discontinued or to have yourself disconnected, it's best to stay on top of things by knowing in advance when these things are due to be renewed. By checking monthly, you can do that, or by putting away some money every month so as to cushion the blow for when those subscriptions are due for renewal. Now, if you have a particular software or an app that you use to manage your schedule or manage your calendar, it would be a good idea to use such things to monthly remind yourself of these dues and these subscriptions that need to be renewed. Number 8, back up your computer's hard drive monthly. Now, the fear of losing all the data on your computer should be enough to make you take this monthly action. A lot of us have a lot of valuable information on our computers, and in some cases it's so valuable that you can't even put a price of what we have on there. So it's in your best interest to protect it and your livelihood by backing up your computer's hard drive at least once a month. Now, if you're a creative like me, you should ideally be doing this once a week, but if you don't have that Jedi level of discipline, then hey, you can do it once a month. Well, that's it guys, 8 things that you can do at the beginning of every month for a more efficient life. Now, if you have any tips of your own, please feel free to share them with me and with everyone else watching by dropping them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free, be generous and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can do that as well by hitting on the subscribe button just below the video. And remember to hit the bell notification icon so that you're notified every time I release a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care.